Right. Hi there, this is Vic once more. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how the Trooptype editor and the historical unit editor works. Let's first go to the Trooptype editor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a very small Italian Trooptype library and a very small Italian historical unit library and add them to the example scenario Volkov to Tigwin. So this is going to be the Italian Trooptype library. We'll give it a name in order not to get confused when we are in the simple editor. I will take the full credits for this immense library we're going to create, and I will give some information for the users who are going to use it. Version number is interesting if I would update it later on, so the end user can see if it's using the same version or something has changed. Now, let's add an Italian troop type. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a tank type here. Name, I'm going to add the Simovante, famous Italian tank. And reinforcement type, we'll get to that later. We'll assign it some graphics. We need the symbol graphics and sideway graphics. Let's do the sideway graphics first. Community SQB. And where's the Simovante? Well, it's already there, huh? But you could load these graphics from a different directory. The nice thing about using anything that's already in the community directories is that, well, if you share the scenario with somebody else, they'll already have these graphics. But if, for example, you would like to do, I don't know, like a Korea scenario or an Iraq-Iran scenario, it would be best to create a different directory directly under the graphics directory. Small graphics, no, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking actually for the silhouettes, and we'll take the Simovante here as well. German Simovante, right. So we put the graphics in. No, the sounds are good enough for me. Description, here you can add, you know, for some historical immersion, you can add some description like I'm doing right here. Now, every troop type library also can contain reinforcement types. These are interesting if you want to combine together different kinds of, for example, different kinds of tanks into the same reinforcement type. So, for example, if you would put a Panzer III C and a Panzer III B and a Panzer III D all as a reinforcement type Panzer III, then if new troops arrive at the headquarters, they will be distributed to any unit requesting this reinforcement type, and it can end up with units having a mix of these three tanks together. Now, let's set the reinforcement type, and let's set the statistics. It has 100% of supply fuel stockpile mod. It basically means it will not use more fuel than the base it's using. It's based on the light tank template, and this will basically keep a perfect copy of its statistics. Attack soft power, let's say it's reasonably good at that. Oh, wait. Yeah, defensive soft power, let's say it's not good in defense. It's not that good at tackling other armor. It has well, quite some hit points, and it doesn't have any anti-air or anti-ship capabilities. So this is basically it, what you need to do to create a troop type library. Let's save this one. as the VR Italian troop type library. All right. So now the second thing we have to do is we have to exit the Trooptype editor and go to the historical unit editor, because this one, the historical unit editor, can load one or multiple Trooptype libraries in order to create models like of tables of order and equipment you can later put on the map. Here, what we're going to define in the historical unit editor, well, let's call this the Italian models. The author is once again me, and here we'll explain to any user what we're doing here. Now, what we need in the peoples is we'll need an Italian people with a very low base morale. And let's give them a color. Yeah, I'll use a color. I'll give them like green, yellowish. So I put red on 100, green on 200, and blue on, well, on 80. Now, we're going to create a historical model. Add model. I'll give it a name. It will be the Italian Tank Battalion. It's a single unit model. For example, you could create a multi-unit model, making, for example, an infantry division consisting out of 4 regiments. We're going to assign it a small graphic, which we can find in the small graphics directory. I think this would do nicely. A short name, well, let's just say it's enough to have the number of the unit above it, so we put nothing. It costs 1 political point to create a new unit while in play. Graphic symbol use, we can leave that what it is for now. Name counter, that's okay, though we could start at 100. It means the first unit we create will be 101. People, Italian, maximum present -1 means basically there's no limit. And then we need to specify its content. You can define up to 6 units that belong to the same historical unit. This is an individual single unit model, so we need only 1. Let's create this unit over here. The name you put here is just for your own reference, so it doesn't really matter, but let's put Simulhunter Battalion, just so I don't forget what it is. It will have Simulhunter troops using Italian people. We'll have 5 individuals, so that will be 25 tanks. It will have a moral of 35 and a very low experience of 15. Now we have this unit, we go back to the models and we just add it in here as the first unit, and we don't assign it an extra graphics. You could assign it an extra graphics if you have a lot of different subunits, but since there's only 1, that's not necessary. And that's basically it to create your very simple historical unit library. Let's save it as Italian models. Now, let's get these actually into an example scenario. Let's go back, load the example scenario, go to the simple editor, and load our libraries. So I load the troop library first because the Italian model library needs this one already present. Import, and import the other one, the historical library, the historical unit library, Italian models. Import this library. We assign the historical units to Germany, and we'll import the Italian people type as well. And let's go. So now we have 2 new libraries here. One, the Italian troop type library with our Simulvanti, and one Italian models library with our Italian tank battalion. Now, if we would go to units, we could place, for example, here a new Italian tank battalion. There it is. Very nice. In fact, I like it so much, I'm going to add a second one. Yeah, 101st and 102nd. Now, let's check it out in game to see how this works. Always save your scenario in order to update anything, so everything is ready for play. And let's take a look at how this turned out. Yeah, there it is. It's our Italian units. Very nice. And there's the statistics and the description, the people, and that's basically it. So as you see, it's quite straightforward to add some new kinds of units, some new troop types. Well, I hope this has been instructional, and be sure to ask any questions you might have over at the forums, and I'll see you hopefully in the next tutorial.